Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, and well, we previewed this reel earlier, and a lot of folks have said they'd like to see the cause of the failure, so we're going to do that. This is a Penn 4400 SS fishing reel, and it's a Spinfisher. The reel will turn for a while, and then it will bottom out, and then you have to back it down because it won't complete the cycle. And the question is, what's causing that? And well, I've had the reel apart because I had to go, one, find out the cause, and secondly, find out the correction. But I thought I would share this with you, lessons learned, and we're going to get this one back to John, make sure that John can go take this one fishing again. Well, I've already removed the side plate screws. As I mentioned, the reel's been serviced. But what caught my attention right away is that there were two of these screws that had the Phillips head in it, and this is a correct screw that I've since replaced. But let me show you what the problem was with the crosswind block. Now, John had snapped the crosswind block already, and was wondering what he was doing wrong, and that's how that reel got sent to me. Well, I'm going to remove these two screws. And while I do that, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel. If you like the art of reel repair and service, if you like to see how fishing reels are serviced, how they come apart, and how they are put back together again, then this is a good channel for you. And I would encourage you to subscribe. And if you do subscribe, please use that notification button. That's going to let you know when I'm posting the videos, and well, you'll be able to determine if that's a video that you would like to see. One of the problems with this reel is, in order to remove your main gear and get to the crosswind block, which is where the issue is occurring, you got to remove, well, everything. So let's get going here. We'll spend a second here getting the rest of this reel off. Just need to find the correct wrench. We'll remove the top end rotor. And we're going to want to remove the anti-reverse setup. And now we need to remove the override, because that override traps the back end of the main gear. And again, I've had it apart, so I guess practice makes perfect. Pull up and out on your override. There's a spring there, don't lose the spring. And there's a little collar here you may or may not lose. With all those pieces out, you can remove the main gear. And here's your crosswind block. Now, if you notice on the back end of this crosswind block, this is the slide where the stud from the oscillation gear is going to ride. What happened was, whoever replaced these screws replaced it with a longer screw. So when you go to tie this down, and then tighten up that screw, well, is anybody playing along that can guess what happens? There it is. The screw comes through and interrupts that slide. So your reel will be able to ride up until it bumps against the back end of the screw, and then it'll ride down until, well, it comes to here and cycles back and bumps it again. The answer is that, well, that's the incorrect screw. And I don't know if they made two different screws for this model. It's possible. But the correct screw is a shorter length, which would be this one. And there's a pair of these. Now that screw doesn't affect the outside one, because the outside one is not in that channel. I just want to put this back on to show you the clearance issue. And again, I'm doing this without the axle. You don't need to attach the axle. But it's always fascinating to try and figure out why reels are failing. Sometimes it's human failure. Sometimes you just, well, bought the wrong parts. So here you go. Now the screw is recessed. It's not in the way of the cavity, and your reel can make a full and complete turn. Just like that. Well, I'm going to reassemble the reel with the proper screws. I bought 2 of these. I'll put it back together again, and I'll show you mission accomplished, problem solved. Okay, just finishing up on tightening this last screw, and that should make this work properly. Well, there you go. Nice, easy up and down flow to your fishing reel. So why did it fail? Well, we're going to say that it was human error. Somebody purchased or sold a screw that didn't belong in a reel. There was a longer shaft size on that spool. This side it didn't matter. That side it went through the cut where the stud from the oscillation gear travels. Well, and when that stud hit that bottom end of the screw that was protruding through, well, it was a hard stop. And in the first case, John had actually put a crosswind block in and shattered it because, well, he didn't know what was going on. He thought it was normal, cranked it, and it broke. So that screw actually popped the second half of the crosswind block. And then John sent the reel to me saying, "Don't want to fracture this again. Can you help me out?" Well, there you go. All right, we're just going to put that handle on now, make sure everything works fine, and get this reel back to John. All right, let's give it a ride. There you go. Now you got a nice, easy oscillation. Everything is working. Your anti-reverse is on. You can flip it to the anti-reverse override and backpedal a reel. Everything here is all ready to go fishing again. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that. It's always fun to kind of find out why fishing reels fail and learn the lessons from them. I'm going to give this one back to John, and John can put it on his trophy shelf there as a reminder that, well, things do unfortunately break along the way. All right, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. I want to take a moment to thank our police, fire, safety, rescue folks and their career dedication to task and choice. And I want to wish everybody the best day possible, great fishing, and fun with your reel repairs. Have a great day.